Hello, everyone. Darrell Owens, LVllI Television, and we are here on Radio Road Day 3. We're getting in the midst. It's early. We've had some good interviews so far this week, and guess what? We've got another great interview about to go down right now. I'm here with Dr. Rhonda Wood. I'm very excited. She is from, guess what, the Maryland area.
Yes.
So it's good to have
Awesome.
Maryland in the building. So,
the
Dr.
building.
Wood, how's everything going?
Everything is amazing. This has been an amazing experience so far. There's so much excitement in the air. You know, seeing celebrities here and there, going to the events at night. It's awesome. Of course, and I'm here with you today.
Well, you know, look, I'm glad to be on that quote-unquote celebrity list. You know, back in my day when I was doing my Walmart commercials, those days I had my, 1 year of celebrity. So I'll take that. I'll take that. So, Dr. Wood, so what brings you here to Vegas? What is your goal here in Vegas? What is the plan? What did you want to reach out and show the world here in Vegas?
Right. So what I came here for is I actually have a dual purpose here. So one is I came with a team representing another media outlet, On Stage Plus, and they're partnering with iMedia as well as Fox Sports and as well as a radio station in New York. So I wanted to help support them. You know, I have a radio show, I have a television show, I do a lot of business development and PR and promoting and things of that nature. So some of the team members, I wanted to help them get interviews, but I also wanted to be able to share my story as well.
And nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
Let's talk about your story,
Okay.
Dr. Wood. Now, you've had a very tough journey to get to where you are now.
Say that.
But you overcome so much.
Of course.
And I think that part of it is that story needs to be told. Tell us, how your journey went from the time you were in high school up until this point now, because it's a little bit of it's a tough road that you had to travel.
It is. So when I was in high school, I was about 17 or 18 years old, my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. And there were 5 of us at the time. As a matter of fact, she had just had baby number 5.
Oh, wow.
And unfortunately, she succumbed to breast cancer. And I made the very interesting decision to raise my siblings. So 4 of us grew up together, me and 3 of my siblings, we grew up together. My youngest sibling was my mom's second marriage, so they moved down south. But I stayed up here, raised 3 siblings at the age of 18 years old. And let me tell you, that was challenging.
But I'm pretty sure that those 3 siblings are doing phenomenally right now.
Yeah, so 2 of my siblings, so it was, so I had an older sister who was actually born deaf, and she had developmental disabilities.
Wow.
Yeah, so she, unfortunately, she also had cancer, and so she's on the other side of heaven as well.
Oh,
but
man.
she went to God, even though, our parents are deceased, both of my parents are deceased, every last one of us went on to college. We graduated from high school, we went to college, we graduated from college, we got successful careers, and we have families, we have loving families. And so, 2 of my siblings are happily married, 2 children apiece. I have a daughter, and we're all doing well, because statistics will tell you that, sometimes when tragic things happen or bad things happen, sometimes, we choose the wrong path, or
Right.
we do difficult things to cope. But, I'm really proud that my siblings stayed on the up and up.
And
so.
you have to be an inspiration. I mean, if you're listening and you can't be inspired by that story, and it's tough because a lot of people go through that and they can't bounce back. My mom died a couple years ago due to
sorry to hear
COVID.
that. Yeah.
And
Oh, wow.
and I remember it's still tough. 3 years later, it's
Yes,
still tough.
it is.
And it's hard. And a lot of people can't get over that hump. And for you to be able to go through that pain and still get over the hump, and I'm pretty sure you think about it from time to time,
absolutely.
but to be able to get over that hump and still be the person that you are, smiling. Look, y'all, she's been smiling, energetic the whole time I've seen her down here.
Thank you.
And so that is important. But it's also an important part when it comes to what you do, and that's the mental health awareness of athletes.
Yes.
So you've got that mental toughness. If anybody's going to help the athletes, Dr. Wood's got to be that person. So tell us how you help athletes, build up on their mental health and get them to where they need to be.
Right. So when I made that tough decision to raise my 3 siblings, obviously I had to have some steady income, right? So I was able to get a job at a law firm in Washington, D.C. Throughout my 30-year career, I've worked for 3 law firms. A few of my law firms had sports practices. So I got familiar with the sort of business and industry of sports, the players, the organization, the endorsements, the promoting them, negotiating their salaries and things of that nature. But of course, course, sometimes we just look at them from one lens. We look at them as this, role model, even though they don't decide to be.
A lot of them don't like to be.
And they don't want to be.
It's like, I just want to do my
Yeah,
job.
exactly. And then, as a celebrity, so we kind of put them on this pillar, but we have to realize that, there is a humane side of them as well.
Right.
They're regular people wanting to do regular things. And so I realized, just like us, professional athletes who play sports, they also have to have a certain level of mental acuity.
Right.
And, that strong mindset and that tenacity and that resilience to be able to perform on the field, but then also to be able to walk away at the end of the day and go home to their families and be like, okay, so what's for dinner, honey?
Well, look, you've written books. You've done a little bit of all of that good stuff. And, in the books that you've written, what's your mindset when you're going into these books? How do you approach writing a book? Because I can only imagine that it can't be the easiest thing in the world to write a book.
Yeah, it is challenging. So it's not like you just sit down with a piece of paper and just, start figuring out what comes to mind. For me, I'll be honest, for me, it was actually therapeutic. So obviously, when you lose one parent and you lose another parent and you're raising 3 siblings and you're working a full-time job and you have all of these different, things that you do, for me, the best thing that worked for me, like for example, I started off, believe it or not, I was seeing a therapist because I wanted to make sure that I was not just physically healthy, I wanted to make sure I was mentally healthy as well.
Yeah.
And part of my quote unquote assignment was, part of my therapy was to begin journaling and writing. And so that's where, I enjoyed it so much and I got to release so much. Even things that I was not yet ready to deal with, I was able to at least write about them so that I can go back to them later.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that led to sort of me having these books that come out. They came from my writings and my journals.
So, Dr. Wood, as we wrap up here, I gotta at least ask you the Super Bowl prediction. I mean, we're here for the Super Bowl, so who do you have winning this game? Are you Team 49ers or you Team Chiefs?
Let me see. Okay, so if I had to pick
or you
one,
just Ravens?
Yes, absolutely, definitely. I would root for both of the home teams. I would root for the Commanders because they didn't make it to the playoffs. I was definitely rooting for my Ravens. I wanted y'all to win so bad. I wanted to be able to host a Super Bowl party. Yes, absolutely. But since I have to pick one of the two, I think I'm gonna go with Kansas City.
There it is, the Chiefs.
There it is.
Dr. Rhonda Woods picking the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl on Sunday. Dr. Wood, will you let everybody know where they can find you?
Yes, absolutely. So listen, you can go to my website, drrhondamwood.com. That's drrhondamwood.com. Or you can visit me on any social media platform at Dr. Rhonda M. Wood as well.
Look, y'all, this has been an amazing interview. Dr. Wood, I appreciate you so much. Make sure y'all go check out those books, and get an opportunity to check out the amazing Dr. Rhonda Wood. I'm Darrell Lawrence, Bowie Television. Until next time.
Thank you. Goodbye.